St. John Seminary stands only a stone's throw from the course of the famed Boston Marathon. A big part of that race is on what is known as Commonwealth Avenue, an artery that runs through some of the suburbs of Boston and into the city itself. And one of the hardest parts of the whole race is on Commonwealth Avenue, and it's not far from the seminary. It's a long hill known as Heartbreak Hill for its crushing difficulty. Many people like to run on the Boston Marathon course. They're inspired by the prestige of the race. And every once in a while, I too get the running bug and dust off my running shoes and go for a little jog. Part of the route I take is on Commonwealth Avenue and on Heartbreak Hill. And I can tell you from personal experience, the hill is very well named. I am a very weak runner. I'm probably not worthy of the name runner. Jogger is probably more apt. And there have been many times when I've been climbing up that hill slowly and painfully, and I've been tempted to give up. When I'm running out of gas and this temptation seizes me, I often look around. And if no one is watching, if there are no other runners around to see me stop, very often I do stop. When there are other people around, when there are other runners around, I usually have enough running pride not to want to look pathetic, so I keep going. I probably still look pathetic going as slow as I do, but I keep going. This factor, having an audience, having people watching you, is a big part of the experience of running the Boston Marathon, so I'm told. Marathon runners have told me that one of the things that keeps them going up Heartbreak Hill is the fact that Commonwealth Ave, on the day of the marathon, is filled with onlookers, with fans, with people cheering and clapping and encouraging the runners forward. And with that big crowd of witnesses, the runners have a little extra, or get a little extra, to keep running, to keep climbing, and ultimately to finish the race. The good news from our readings today is that in the race of Christian life, we are not alone. Like the runners on the Boston Marathon with all those cheering crowds, we, Christians, have a heavenly cloud of witnesses, cheering onlookers, to help us as we struggle and limp through the Christian life. That cloud of witnesses is the saints who have run the race before us. They are our allies, our friends, our promoters, and they give us courage and strength to keep going. This is all the more important because Jesus in the gospel makes it very clear that following him, running the course that he has set for us and traced for us himself, can be at times heartbreaking. Following Jesus, striving to live the life that he lives for us, can at times incur the resentment and the anger of the world, and sometimes from those very close to us who do not understand why we have embraced Catholicism, why we have embraced Jesus. That can be very painful. That can break our hearts. And sometimes the pain can be so great that we begin to be tempted with the thought that maybe it would just be easier to be like everybody else, not to take Christianity too seriously. Maybe that would be easier. If you've been afflicted by that temptation, and maybe all of us have at one point or another, God is speaking to us today. Jesus is telling us to keep moving forward. We're told that we're not alone, that a cloud of witnesses is cheering us on, giving us the strength to keep moving forward. We run this race not alone. We run this race not by our own strength. We run it with the strength of Jesus, who conquered every opposition, every resentment, every source of hatred by his persevering love. He extends that power to us. He extends the power to persevere in running the race even when it's heartbreaking. There are hard stretches, yes, but at the end, we are promised endless joy, endless peace. So, let's keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. Let's have the eyes and ears of faith to hear and to see the cloud of witnesses cheering us on. Let us persevere and win that unfading crown with Jesus in heaven.